Hello and welcome to episode 52 of my informative playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker, and we are finally going to do this Sorrowflow quest. This is to meet the mysterious Tiefling at a place called Sorrowflow, and it's all the way up here. And the reason I've been holding off on this, as discussed in previous videos, is because travelling this way is really quite dangerous. There's lots of nasty ambushes, like this one. But, and the chance to evade is actually quite low, so with my party composition. So yes, but on the way we're going to snag +2 community for 15 build points, and there's another one just up here. And we're also going to visit 2 areas, Arbor Rock and another one coming up here. So let's just drop into Arbor Rock. This is not a particularly difficult encounter. It's going to be 2 medium earth elementals and I think a large one as well. So nothing too scary, but we want to conserve our resources. So it's very much a matter of, I guess, an AC fight in this case, because that's the most economical way to deal with this. And this is a map we've seen quite a few times before now. We'll pick up a couple of little bits. Yeah. And head inside and see what we've got. Same spider's web. So here's what we've got. Huge earth elemental, not large. And that's level 10. And the mediums are at level 4. So they're of little danger to us. They've got attack bonus of +9. The huge, not inspected, but we should just be able to get through with a few small buffs on our cat. And then bringing everyone else up behind. There we go.
How cute!
See whether we can actually get this to work. So in the name of conserving various buffs, we're going to just go bark skin,
you require my assistance?
shield, cat's grace,
No time for idling.
and blur. And that should be enough. It's only 39, but let's hang on to that for now. And just we'll
And Lindsay was called forth.
use our bard song,
We'll do
creep
it the
up,
hard way.
and we'll just wait for them to come to us and attack. It's interesting that you can actually knock
This
them
will hurt.
down. Jubilost,
Clever ploy.
you want to target this one. Yeah, I can't remember what they're resistant to. Probably acid. Yeah, so bomb's doing full damage. And we can just close in. There's a chance that it hits, so let's see what it's rolling +22. So in fact our armor class is pretty low for dealing with something rolling +22. So with that in mind, let's try and finish it quickly. There we go. Not a difficult fight. It should drop, I believe, a diamond. So yes, and we get this as well, a Warhammer +1. If we didn't have a decent blunt weapon +1, that would be nice alternative. And we can pick up diamond here. So diamonds are really good because you need them as spell reagents for resurrecting characters, and of course later on in the game, you know, you're never going to be 100% sure that someone isn't going to just get hit for enormous damage and die. And early on, you can generally avoid it outside of the first couple of levels where you can have some really bad luck. But as things go later on, there is a more increased chance that you will have people die, but simultaneously you can just pick them back up again. It's more common in Wrath of the Righteous. When I was playing through that on hard, there were certain fights where it was very difficult to produce a result that didn't involve somebody going down. We just claim this here for +2 economy, and we're going to head here. Even though we're tired, we're going to try and complete this, even though we're fatigued. And this is really cool. It's a super dangerous area, but I felt like taking a heavy risk. And we'll see whether this all backfires on me, yeah, because Normally I'd say don't come here until you've gained one more level, or until you're not fatigued and you're not afraid
I'll
to
share my path.
use up all your buffs. But we're going to go all out here. I think there might be some down here. I probably missed something in Arbor Rock when I left too quickly. So what we've got is Dweomercats. Dweomercats are really dangerous. Well, they're not that dangerous. They're only level 10, but they get lots of attacks. So
The world is full of
we're going to go
wonder.
all out here.
Yes. I'm always ready.
And
What troubles you?
go.
A sweet
Lindsay.
smile, a gentle voice, and
We'll enlarge
kindness
Valor
will
as
help
well.
you win their heart. And if that fails, I'll use my sharp nails instead.
Shield of Faith on everyone where it matters. Archon's Aura. Full Strength. Is he wearing a belt of +4? No. So Full Strength on you, Harem. On you, please. Go Eagle Splendor. There.
So, any brilliant
Cat's
ideas?
Grace on Valerie. Fox's Cunning on you. Mutagen. See Invisibility. Communal. Crucial spell here. And of course Shield on the cat.
I am never wrong.
That's probably enough of Cat's Grace on Harem as well. And then we'll
Adventures are
mirror image, blur, blur, and blur.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Lindsay, mirror image. And let's see how this goes.
Everywhere I go, a pole
So
hangs
Divine
over
Favor
everything.
for a little buff.
Friendship lasts forever.
And we've got enough hastes to see us through. Now the danger is that these cats, I'll see whether it shows it. They've got damage reduction except magic, that's okay. But what they have is a sort of spell teleport ability, where if you cast a spell on them, they'll teleport to the person who cast the spell, which is really quite lethal if you're not ready for it. So we're just gonna take them down normally. There, one. And in fact, they will charge your back line. That's the other main thing. So I do quite a lot to try and mitigate that, because as we go downstairs. Now, in the previous video, we were talking to Jubilost about portals into the Fae, and how only foolhardy idiots go through them. So let's do just that and see what's on the other side. Because, yes, Jubilost always wanted to visit the First World. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any lines for coming through here, even though I think it's quite obvious
More strength.
that having gone through this portal, we get this absolutely lovely sort of Fae setting here. Did I cast Blur on the cat? No. You've missed out,
No
kitty.
time for idling.
Anyway. There we go. And in fact, let's try and
Letting the ink dry.
make this a bit more
The
certain.
world is full of wonder.
So the cat has got See Invisibility. Cat comes up here. Valerie
Am your shield.
here. Harem
Sorry,
here.
was lost in
And you can do us a favour and summon some undead monsters. And we're going to come over here, and we should see this, which we've noticed through having See Invisibility up. This is a Dweomer Lion. With Blur, with Power Attack. Level 17, that's really high. Stats really high across the board. Almost 200 hit points. High AC. Damage reduction is pretty high. And what I've forgotten to do is cast Magic Fang on the leopard. So we're just going to pull back immediately behind the skeletons. And hope that maybe it wouldn't do that. But let's see. going to send Valerie in, and we're going to summon some more skeletons, and we'll just keep everyone else in reserve here. Go. And we've got these bone shakers here as well. Really struggling to hit, so we will bring Lindsay up and activate song. So we're hitting, but we're not doing full damage because I've forgotten to mitigate. That cat has been hit. Jubilos is our most fragile person because he doesn't have protection for. He doesn't have mirror image up. But where are you, Lindsay? There. We'll just bring you just a little bit further up. Harem, if you could get on with those casts, that'd be really good. And yeah, so teleports to Harem when we cast a spell. That's okay though. What we'll do is we will finish it off quickly now with everyone. See, now what I want to do is get rid of its blur, and I could do that with a cast of Very Far, but that would cause it to teleport over. So, and we can see up here, backup has arrived, and they are attacking Valerie. That's fine. Shouldn't take much longer to take it down. There. And now we can close in, and hopefully they won't attack those who don't want to be hit. There we go. And move up. Now, who are you attacking?
You should have run.
About to try and attack Lindsay, so we're going to try and get some attacks of opportunity in there. And finish off the last one. So yes, the power of having a load of skeletons to absorb hits. But that wasn't so bad. Made a slight mistake in forgetting that after explaining the whole thing, then forgetting that, of course, if I had Harem cast Bone Shaker, it would be summoned to him using that spell teleport ability. Anyway, these pelts are really quite valuable. 225. So we'll take them, and the Dweomer Lion hired 250. So that's quite nice. So this is our first bit of loot here. Amulet of Mighty Fists +2. So that will give you a natural attacks count as a +2 weapon. Quite good for Amiri if you've decided she's going to bite people, or anyone else who's doing biting. And also here, these are bracers of our armor +5. So that's better than you can get with mage armor. There, that's really quite nice. And we will give them. Eventually, we can give them someone like Melly because she'll be transformed more of the time. But for now, we'll just give them to Alice. It'd be nice to keep her alive a little bit. There we go. So +5 from braces of armor, +5. But I try as hard as possible not to let any of them get hit. So yeah. Anyway, we can just admire this bizarre fey land. It's nice, but you can tell that it just almost lacks that 3D look. I mean, it's fine when you're out like this, but it's this whatever texture, base layer doesn't have the same 3D quality of these plants that are popped out. But yeah, bizarre first world, and we can't actually go anywhere. It's just this little zone here, but we can just admire the scenario and our first step into the first world that hasn't ended in our death. So that's okay. I really wish Jubilos said something. I mean, there'd be scope in this game for, in Baldur's Gate 2 certainly, but also in Baldur's Gate 1 there were like additional quest mods and dialogue mods and that sort of stuff. And I almost think that Pathfinder Kingmaker is ripe for that sort of stuff because all the dialogue is almost all of it isn't voiced.
Anything is possible.
There's scope for that sort of mod, but I just don't think the game was popular enough for people to put the work in maybe for that, and that's very understandable because those sort of mods for Baldur's Gate 2 came out of its time. There was nothing like it at the time, and out of its popularity. And while Pathfinder Kingmaker is a good game, it's very much, how would you say, something of a throwback rather than a cutting-edge, incredible new RPG, which Baldur's Gate 2 was. You know, Pathfinder is harking back to that age, so it doesn't have that sort of
We should gather our strength.
sense of amazing new type of game. Anyway, having done that, I'm going to pause the video now. So, having visited Arbor Rock and Hilltop Trail, I think I'm going to pause before we make the final push towards Sorrowflow, and we're going to rest on this journey as well. So, see you in the next video.